What is up, everybody? And today we have some practice insight from Darius Slay, Jeremiah Trotter. He's stacking up good days, things of that nature. Jalen Hurts, we have some news about him, that and so much more. Let's flout into it. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a great day today. Slay, he said some interesting things. He says that this year is the hardest Eagles training camp so far that he's been a part of, things of that nature. The injury report confirms it. That's the only reason why I started off that way. However, the injury report, Oren Burks is still out with his knee. Paris Campbell still out with his groin. C.J. Gardner-Johnson out for the second day for a shoulder injury, said not to be very big, or however, said to be something minor, however, day-to-day thing. Mekhi Garner with a hamstring, Brandon Smith with a concussion. Again, I mean, those seem like small injuries, or however, it seems at this point the O-line is good at this point. Obviously, Paris Campbell, wide receiver, Oren Burks, linebacker, Gardner-Johnson, safety, Mekhi Garner, secondary person, or however, Brandon Smith. Forgot his position, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not an O-lineman, but overall, defensively, Justin Simmons, he has his first visit with the Saints. I obviously hope, he comes back, or however, to wherever he lives and be like, dang, I want to go to Philly, so hopefully, him and Howie can figure that out, or however the case. That's like my hope about it. So, next up, Brandon Graham, he gets a sack on Pickett. A reporter said that, he won't be surprised. He thinks that he'll surprise us with how much he plays. Sorry, I'm just super excited to talk about that. Like I've been saying, I think he's gonna have like a Kobe Bryant 60-point game type of season. I think he's gonna try to have that like every game that he plays, or however, every snap that he plays, because he knows this is last year. So I definitely think that that's what he's going for and things of that nature. So I think he's gonna have a pretty good year. Jeremiah Trotter, he was in a good position to tackle Davis Price, but obviously it was like a fake play or however, but he didn't. So Bond praised him for not falling for it because it was some sort of trick play, like I said. So that's absolutely good. That he has good instincts, things of that nature. Jeremiah Trotter Sr. taught him good, or however the case may be, he taught him. If you're taught right, if you have the right foundations, or however, athleticism essentially we're learning, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? If you have the right foundations, things of that nature, if you're working hard enough, or however, because people say he's slow or too small or whatever the case may be, he's showing it. Next up, continuing up with defense, Nakobe Dean, he was struggling yet again in coverage. It literally said yet again or once again in coverage, or however, he was trailing. So in other words, he was getting burnt out, basically, is what it sounds like to me. So yeah, we definitely have a Nakobe Dean problem. I think that we need to either get a star linebacker or a couple average ones. We could have got Patrick Queen, and pretty much everyone that we got, or however, we still have 20-something million in cap space, but linebackers not important to the Eagles. They rather just, try to bank it off winning by 50 points, by scoring 50 points every game, because the defense can't stop a statue. But we'll see. We will see how good or how bad it will be, or however. It's just, man, it's irritating how much the Eagles just ignore the linebacker position. But, yeah, next up, Jalen Hurts went to Wink Martindale to get tips, to pick his brain, see what he saw in the Eagles and things of that nature. To get any tips, I found it, that he was humbled to do that. He was, like, hey, I'm not better than nobody, nothing like that. I'm not like, oh, I'm better than you, but you ain't got nothing. He's willing to learn from anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's very admirable. So next up, Bradbury, I guess he's working out at safety. I've been seeing multiple reports, that he's still good in coverage. He's still decently okay movement-wise. That tight ends and receivers have trouble getting open when he's out there, that it makes Isaiah Rodgers' job easier. I mean, heck yeah, if it's going to make it easier, it's not about me being right and then screw the team or however, like, obviously I'm not the GM, I'm not the owner, however the case may be. Like, if it means the Eagles win, put anybody at any position, if that's what it takes to win. Whatever it takes to win us a Super Bowl, pause, no Diddy, I don't care, however, pause, no Diddy. If it wins the Super Bowl, there you go, no Diddy. Positional-wise, people-wise, things of that nature, who's a linebacker, however, I don't care who it is. Heck, if it'll help us, if it'll get us a championship, put Tom Brady at linebacker. If it'll get us a championship, put current Michael Vick in at running back if it'll get us a championship. I mean, like, it don't matter to me. I'll say I'm wrong a million times. Like, hey, my bad, guys, that was wrong. I'll eat my words. You know what I'm saying? So, um, if he is still good or however the case may be, I mean, heck yeah. If it helps us win, heck yeah. If it'll take pressure off the other cornerbacks or however the case may be, then heck yeah, absolutely. But last year it looked like he was making their job harder last year. So I mean, he admitted he didn't play that well. So heck yeah, maybe Darius Slay could take a play out of that book. Like, hey, I'm kind of washed. I'm not the same guy I was. Definitely lost a couple steps, but um, Calcaterra offensively, he's appearing to be the tight end two by a wide margin according to multiple reports. He's looked the most juiced behind obviously Dallas Goedert, tight end one. Things of that nature. It's really exciting to hear about because we were talking about who's gonna be tight end two. I don't know about C.J. Uzama or however you pronounce it. I'm not sure about McCallan Castles. He got waived, and then the whatchamacallit, the guy who just got signed, which we're gonna talk about next. Armani Rogers, and then Shaq Davis being released and all that. But yeah, it's good to see that everything is starting to shake out, or you can kind of tell like what everything's going to be. They're not going to say like, oh yeah, this guy's this, because they're not going to make it obvious, but it's kind of already obvious. Who's the starting linebackers? Zach Bond and Devin White. That's kind of obvious. Who's the starting cornerbacks? Isaiah Rodgers and Darius Slay. Who's the starting cornerbacks? Safeties or however. CJ Gardner-Johnson and Reed Blankenship. Or if it's a single safety, then obviously CJ Gardner-Johnson. Yeah, continuing with offense, things of that nature. The Jalen Nick drama keeps getting continued, or however. Somebody still brought it up, or however. Jalen basically maturely shot it down and said that's that year. You know what I'm saying? People can say whatever they want in reports, or however. But this is reality. Everyone's coming with concentrated, locked in energy. Pause, no Diddy, just in case. Jalen Hurts also says that he trusts Nick Sirianni, Kellen Moore, Jeff Lurie, and Harry Roseman. You know what I'm saying, to put the team in the right position to succeed. I mean, it sounds like he's just done with the bullcrap. He's trying to win for Philly, and that's what it sounds like to me. So I'm not going to give that too much attention. He also says Lurie doesn't want him golfing. That's talk for another day. Abso-freaking-lutely. If you're the starting quarterback, you're making $50+ million a year. You're getting $50+ million to focus on football. That's your job. You're getting $50+ freaking million. You know what I'm saying? If I even made $3 million a year, shoot, I wouldn't play chess. I wouldn't play video games. Shoot, that's even $5 million. And obviously after taxes, whatever it would be. So that would be the take home or however. As long as I made that after taxes, shoot, $5 million a year, shoot, easy. Well, not the NFL's not easy or however, but I'm saying like I would fully concentrate or however, so then the team knows they're getting their money's worth. You know what I'm saying? So. But obviously, work in progress or however. But yeah, Jalen finally broke the record for most passes in training camp with no interceptions. Obviously, take that with a grain of salt. That's not like too huge of a record. It's not like, oh my gosh, like most passing touchdowns in regular season. It's not nothing like that. But it is respectable. It is respectable. It is. A target going, basically a target the size of this piece of notebook paper, however, so basically all around your, however, like you have that much, however big your catching radius is, basically. Hitting a target that small while it's moving at least 15, 20 miles an hour, you know what I'm saying, 4.8 40-yard dash, or however the case may be, moving target that small, if you hit it most of the time, without the other guy getting it, and even then you're hitting it over 70%, and the other guy's not getting it, then that's accuracy. That's respectable. Heck yeah. In terms of the record of it, like who's done it the most of all time or however, I mean it's like it's cool, but I'm not really it's not that big of a deal or however, but I'm seeing people saying like, oh, it's so cringy or however. I'm like, dude, just because everyone else is throwing picks and he hasn't, I mean, don't get mad at my quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. At the end of the day, I love my Eagles, things of that nature. I just want to see us win. Want to, win Super Bowls, things of that nature. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video. I know for sure I'm going to go live August 11th on Sunday, approximately 3 p.m. for about an hour and a half, something like that. It's going to be really fun. We'll talk about the latest topics, latest interviews, and interact with you guys live. So yeah, I'll release more details like, closer to, the date or however, but I thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Fly Eagles fly. God bless. Philly out. Peace.